incite violence against certain groups, perpetrators will not only face lengthy jail terms, but also a fine of Australian dollars, 11,000 Australian dollars, basically, which is 8,000 United States dollars. Corporations face a fine of up to 55,000 Australian dollars. Any form of communication to the public inciting or threatening violence is now illegal in New South Wales. Didn't actually say New South Wales, but I'm so plugged in that I know NSW stands for New South Wales. As is any conduct, including actions and gestures, and the wearing or displaying of clothing, signs, flags, emblems, and insignia, observable or disseminated to the public. Those acts will still be illegal even on public land. Listen to this. The laws come into effect just weeks before a man is due to be sentenced for vandalizing an iconic mural to George Michael in Sydney. A judge found Ben Gitney guilty of vandalizing the mural in July. The mural depicted George Michael as a saint, holding a bottle of poppers, a joint, and wearing a crucifix earring. Sounds very holy.
What is going on in Australia?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck is this?
Gitney says he wanted to paint over the mural because he believed it disrespected his religious beliefs. It does seem fairly disrespectful to his religious beliefs. Saint George Michael. Now, where's the, somebody mentioned the Elizabeth Warren. I had that pulled up too. I have to look through it. I don't know if I should play this, but I'm gonna play it.
Ufficiali pronti.
This is fair use, so fuck off. It's fair use. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it right. Oh.
The bell. I want to get one last question in here because it is a story, a very important story in the news. It has to do with Molly Tibbetts, the young woman in Iowa.
Look at her face first off. Let me zoom in. Look at her face. This is not presidential material. She's a terrible politician. She's annoying to listen to. This person will never be president.
No, there's no way.
You know what? Say whatever you want about Cory Booker, say whatever you want about Kamala Harris. They will be president before this person ever will be president. Even Joe Biden. Look at this person. Listen to her speak. She can never be president. Never. Pocahontas will never bring that home. It doesn't matter what she does.
Disgusting.
It's just not going to happen. I'm not the only one who thinks this, right?
No, she's not going to be. However, it would be fucking hilarious in a presidential debate in 2020 if Trump throws a 23andMe.
Oh my God, he said he would do that.
I know.
I kind of wanted to get the nomination just for that, because he said he was going to throw it across the stage and just challenge it. Oh my God.
I hope.
And you know what? I 100% believe he would do that. Right, let's continue.
Raped. Every single one of them had them on the stage, right there, sitting front and center.
All right, let's continue. 5 seconds.
Iowa, who was murdered, her body believed to be found yesterday. A person has been charged with it. This person is an undocumented immigrant. Mike Pence and the president have suggested the immigration laws need to be stronger so that people like this man who was accused of this murder were not in the country. Your reaction?
I'm so sorry for the family here, and I know this is hard, not only for the family, but for the people in her community, the people throughout Iowa. But one of the things we have to remember is we need an immigration system that focuses on where real problems are. Last month, I went down.
No, wait, let me pause it there. It's so sad for the family. It's so sad this young girl got brutally murdered by an illegal immigrant. What we need to focus on is common sense, quote unquote, echoes immigration reform.
They mean open borders.
Well, yeah, that's look, and it's an unholy alliance. It's an unholy alliance between people like Elizabeth Warren and people like the Sheriff. They both want open borders. It's not just a left or right issue, believe it or not. It's all the elites want that to happen. So the Democrats see it as easy voters, which it is, and then illegally see it as cheap workers. And so they're completely allied on this issue, and they're going to keep pushing. Anyway, let's get to the
Children had been taken away from their mothers. I met with those mothers who had been lied to, who didn't know where their children were, who hadn't had a chance to talk to their children, and there was no focus on people who pose a real threat. And I don't think honestly, babies are the place that we should be spending our resources.
Siluria dritta.
From a baby.
separating a mama from a baby. Has she ever said mama in her life before that interview?
What we need to do is reunite them on the Mexican side.
I'm all for on the other side of the wall. That's my position. Mamas for babies. Mamas for babies. All right, let's Rikoku Ninja, you're on the air live on the kill stream.
Alright, cool. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go.
I tried to call in last night. I had a couple of things. First off, I wanted...
Yes, go.
You got it.
Ninja!
Ralph!
Go!
ahead.
What are you waiting on?
Incrociatore nemico individuato. Echoing in my head. Sorry.
Go! Just go!
Alright, so yesterday I think everybody missed an opportunity to look up to the sky and flip God off because Post Malone was on a fucking plane with no fucking landing gear and did not get struck into the ground. And I was wondering how much research he actually put into this chick before he interviewed her.
I'm not sure. I couldn't look into his research practices.
Anyway, that's all I really had.
Avvistata corazzata nemica.
Thank you, man. Glad we got you on time. Thank you. Is it really nighttime though? It's 12:44 a.m. So. Am I too mean to Ralph, they're not up to your Hollywood production standard. If you've watched this show for any length of time, you know that we're not up to the Hollywood Echo production standard either. Sometimes we're just sitting there live.
We try.
1,500, 1,800 people watching you. All right, just go. Just go. Give your take.
You know, you probably forgot to mute the stream.
Many such cases.
Signori dritti di prua, Siluria dritta.
Says worst case, if the Russian accusations against Trump come out as 100% true, how would it change your take on his administration? Love the show. What do you think, man?
I still would have fun.
I don't care. Okay, whatever.
Avvistato
Thanks,
incrociatore nemico.
Yeah.
Avvistata corazzata nemica.
You know, first off, I don't think they are true. So I don't really think that's going to be something that needs to be considered. Really. Second part is, so I guess there's two different things. If the Russians interfered, quote unquote, or they did some things, which I never necessarily rejected that. That doesn't surprise me. Now, if Trump was,
Danno critico a torretta principale.
Interfering in elections. You know how many elections the United States interferes in?
I nemici stanno per vincere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know. That doesn't.
Remember
really...
when Barack Obama interfered in the Israeli election just to kind of tell Netanyahu to go fuck himself?
And look, I don't know this whole they interfered in our election. If you have free speech, in your society. So what's the
Anybody
answer
can
to
interfere in
stop-
your election.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the answer to try to curb free speech? No. It's
That is what they want. That's
Well, yeah,
the game. You're giving the game away there.
Well, yeah, that is exactly what they want, but I completely reject that. I mean, if there's some
Siluri a
evidence
bordo.
that they were coordinating on a one-to-one basis or something like that, yeah, maybe I would say, wow, that's
Siluri dritti di poppa.
But as far as the Russians made some Facebook pages, why the fuck do I care about that? If that's enough to swing the election, maybe you motherfuckers should campaign. You know what I mean? That's my view. Like, oh wow, some stray Facebook pages swung the election? Well, whose fault is that? I don't know. That's my personal take. Baron Nathan Dean says Shreya represent. Just kidding. We're all a big hoax on the rest of the world. Akuja says that law is gay. I says flesh-eating STI recently found in the UK. It was recently found in Africa. I did see a couple things about that on Twitter. I think Metacritic tweeted about it. That sounds like a very disturbing ailment. Flesh-eating, sexually transmitted disease. Speaking of Australia, Peter Dutton, the ex-policeman trying to oust Australia's Prime Minister, former Home Affairs Minister Dutton has launched a second bid to seize the Prime Ministership from Malcolm Turnbull. He lost an inter-party vote 35 to 48 on Tuesday, but has since been trying to gather further support. He's a polarizing figure whose ministerial duties were last year expanded into a super portfolio, giving him considerable power. He is a more hardline conservative than Mr. Turnbull and is best known for overseeing Australia's tough and controversial policies on asylum seekers. So he's pretty fucking cool, in other words, right? I mean,
sounds good.
Sounds pretty good. I'm not going to read the whole article, but the follow-up article, Australian Prime Minister's leadership looks doomed after senior ministers back rival Prime Minister Turnbull's leadership appears to be in question after 3 senior ministers tendered their resignations and called for a second leadership vote. Turnbull narrowly won a leadership vote for the Liberal Party early this week by defeating former Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton. Finance Minister Matthias Cormann, a key cabinet supporter of Turnbull, resigned and said he now believes Dutton is the best person to lead the Conservative government in the next election. So yeah, it's not looking good for old Malcolm, I'll have to say. I read a little bit about this earlier, some other articles too. I can't ignore reality, Cormann said as he announced he was withdrawing support for Turnbull, adding 5 other ministers who voted for Turnbull on Tuesday and had told him they were changing sides. So if you just look at the math, so the vote was 48 to 35, so this is what, 5 or 6 right there. That brings it into, so subtract 6, 42, add, that would be 42-41. He's pretty much on a knife's edge, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It does appear, if these reports are accurate, that he's probably not going to be Prime Minister for much longer.
Nah, he's not. Those bad numbers. What are you gonna do, though? He fucked up a lot.
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks.
That's what happens.
By the way, I see an Australia caller. We have him on. Randbot. Yeah, Randbot.
Yeah.
Look,
Sorry, mate. Your bot's like 3 minutes behind, so
let's keep it up.
Can't tell whether I'm on the air or not, mate.
Let's keep it up to a certain level here tonight. Let's not go into the.
I heard you guys were engaging in discourse about my fair nation.
Yeah, it looks like Malcolm Turnbull's not going to be Prime Minister for much longer.
Well, we're fucking hoping so, because Malcolm Turncoat is he's like 80% likely to be a Jew. He's one of those secret Jews, you know, the good old name changer. His family and his history is entrenched in international finance banking. He's an absolute snake. He deliberately sabotaged Tony Abbott, and then knifed him to become the unelected Prime Minister.
He did